I'm starting to think maybe she ain't going.
Well, and she dropped the whole LeBron James thing. I'm the LeBron James of
I saw
RHOBH.
You can't afford to lose me.
Can't afford to lose me, just like a couple days ago, right? Like in the midst of everything that's been going down. I mean, I don't know. She's awfully cocky. She is awfully cocky. I don't know. See, I think she's coming back I've said that from the beginning. And
I think you might be right. I think you might be right.
One of the reasons I believe it now is, my theory is, and I'm with you, I'll change my mind next week, but you look at RHOA, they're bringing back the entire same cast they just announced. I think they've learned their lesson. They got destroyed with New York, destroyed with the OC in this whole fucking thing of shaking these stupid shows up because, they've got to be younger. They've got to be this. They've got to be that. It didn't work. It's not work. It's a colossal fail. So I think they're nervous now. I think they're going to, if the formula works, and I mean, from what people say, RHOBH has enormous ratings.
Huge.
Why are they going to mess? They're not. Stop. They've done this.
And you could still change the show. I mean, look, you'll get rid of Diana and Dorit and Sheree.
I have a theory. I think you keep Dorit now. I have a theory.
You do?
She won me over this week. Dorito won me over. Dorito.
Listen,
she earned her season.
When she speaks up, and Crystal had her moment. Listen, I say justice for Crystal all along. I think you need Crystal. I think you need someone who's normal. Crystal ain't afraid. She can speak up. Yeah. I mean, there's so much to unpack there. And I look, Rinna's highly paid, but yeah, I'm starting to think that she survives another season, whether you love her or not.
Let's be honest. I'm a new producer. You have the producer mind. Let me ask you this. Okay. Do you think they have another plan without Lisa Rinna right now?
It would have to be like a Jenny McCarthy. It would have to be a stunt casting. Erica Jane is in Chicago as Roxy Hart. It would have to be like a stunt casting, a name. Jenny would do it. She would do it. I don't think a Kimora Lee Simmons would do it. She could be great. It has to be someone where you're like, holy shit, Jenny fucking McCarthy. Like where we were so excited for the new person, not Tori Spelling. That's not going to happen. It needs to be like a Jenny McCarthy. That is the only way to me that you can get rid of Rinna. You have to make people talk about the replacement, and it has to not be stunt casting because the person has to fit in now with everyone else. That's the only way it's going to work. Otherwise, yeah, I think you just say,
you don't have a plan.
Right. And like, this isn't saying Rinna's here for 30 years, but it's like, okay, one more season. Let's see how this goes.
Because they need more time to figure it out. I'm sure they didn't. I don't think anybody, and I'm not saying this is their lack of planning. I think it's hard to know how a season is going to unfold.
Yeah.
So, they don't have enough time to try to find that Jenny McCarthy. And let's take Donnie Wahlberg. He seems like an honest person at his word. They're not interested. They're not doing it. Like you said, there's nobody else. Tori would be awesome, but I don't think Tori can bring it in the way.
No, and she would jump the shark. It would be Tori doesn't fit in. It's the same reason when she does interviews and she talks about her career. Like you can't just hire Tori Spelling. Like she almost became a caricature of herself in life. And she knows that. She fed into it with all like her projects, which you become that when you're on the Housewives, but you can't be that season one. It has to be like you're a team player. Tori would stick out too much to me. Like Jenny wouldn't, Denise didn't, I don't know. I'm really thinking that Rinna survives. I am. I'm sorry to tell everybody, another unpopular opinion. Oh, Sarah, people I didn't realize you can people are like, wait a second. The two of you, Erica didn't know. Ugh. Tuning out. Like, okay, we're allowed to have our opinion.
Tune out. EJ didn't know.
I mean, that's not the craziest opinion that you ever had.
I mean, I'm sure we'll get into all that, but I did want to ask you, what do you think Jen Shah liking your posts and watching your stories? What do you think that meant?
I don't know. I started to think, because listen, I truly can't remember. You know, we do 1,000
We
shows
trashed
here.
her.
We did.
I did.
Oh, I don't. I mean, well, I think I
I,
said. I think
I,
I said she doesn't know what she's in for. Well, I think two things. Honestly, I think two things. She didn't really listen. She just saw the picture of her, or like Jen Shaw's like want, some of these girls like to be talked about, good, bad, and different. I actually appreciate that. I actually appreciate that more than like where we started with all these sides. Listen, I don't want to get on Jen Shaw's bad side.
well, we basically said you're going away from.
But I do think I still do.
You.
Someone was arguing with me and they're like, Emily D. I speak to Emily D. Baker all the time. She says, yes, 5 years. So I don't know what she said on her own show. That's what she said on my show. I think Jen Shaw's going away for 5 years or more. That's my opinion. I hope I'm wrong. I mean, let her, whatever. What do I know? But that's my opinion. I'm going to stick with that.
No,
but
yeah, I'd be curious to see her thoughts if she did listen. We said that. And then, and I do stand by this. I mean, she came out saying there's a cast member that's racist, used the N-word towards her son, and alleged other things. And I think we said this. I know I said this clearly. That might be true. It's just, it's hard. Jen has a huge credibility issue. So it's hard to, I think that comment didn't go anywhere because I think people are like, how can we believe you? And I do think that's true. That's what I would say to her if she were sitting here, and I'm sure she would yell at me. But anyway, I just feel you have a lack of credibility. I'm sorry.
I see what you're saying. I didn't even think of that. I just felt like it has to be your children. I go back to my Christmas gifts for the next 10 years. And I go back to like, I would start talking to people that have been in, like, I'm not even trying to be sarcastic or funny or mean. I would start talking to people, maybe she has, that have gone to federal prison for 5+ years, and just listen to them about what to expect when you get there, and just start mentally preparing for it. Listen, it's hard to prepare for it. I understand the like, why if I'm free now would I do that to myself? I personally, knowing the type of person that I am, Kim D and I had someone go to jail. I forgot when they went in, but like, because of COVID, it was like delayed. And I'm like, Jesus, like I would just, can you volunteer to go in? Like, I'm the type of person that likes to get things done. So if I had a clock that was going to be 5 years or more, I wouldn't want to ride it out and do PR for the season and go to the reunion. I would really just want to go in like the next day and start the clock running. Does that make sense? That's just me. But regardless, I don't think she's prepared. And it was just like, girl, like, why are you worried about your castmates? I mean, let's see who visits you, and stands by you. And then who cares what they say? And I understand it's the job. That same thing goes to Rinna, where people are now saying like, is Rinna the most diabolical, hateful creature that's ever existed? Or is she just like doing her job? Like she's been posting that stuff a lot.
Rinna's... There's doing your job, and then there's like really poking. And I mean, I don't know if we're going to get into the latest season. You tell me where you want to go next. But I mean, I have so many thoughts on the latest episode of RHOBH. And Rinna going up to the bar and ordering 818 tequila when Kathy is there promoting her stuff. And like they all do, they all are allowed. I mean, Mauricio wears that damn agency fucking hat everywhere he goes. I mean, Rinna did that as a direct dig, a complete direct in Kathy's face. I mean, there's doing your job. She's already done her job this whole season. She could sit back, but I mean, to do that this season, this season is so good. I don't even know what Jennifer.
And you don't think it's like producer tapping her on the shoulder and saying like, go order Kendall Jenner's?
I think Rinna's tapping the producers on the shoulder and going, watch me work. Like, I mean, I don't think Rinna needs to be produced at all. No, she did that as such a dig. And, I mean, they just completely discard Kathy. They should let Kathy have her moment with this damn tequila.